A new Emerson poll shows that Bernie Sanders is continuing to rise and has taken the lead nationally against Donald Trump. So let me show you this data here. And it's like, it's not even just one aspect of this poll, which I'll get to that piece in a second, but it's also this here. So let me make this a little bigger. So this was taken the 17th to the 20th. You now have Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders at the top, tied at 27%. So usually how these national polls look, you have Biden on top, Warren or Sanders in second, usually, 5 to 10 points behind Joe Biden, and then everybody else. Now we are seeing a clear jump for Bernie Sanders. Joe Biden kind of holding steady, but also dropping a little bit. And that's what leads to this tie here. And we're also I'm going to get into the breakdown in terms of who young voters support more, though you can probably already guess what that looks like. But if we go to this other piece here. So not only is Bernie tied nationally with Joe Biden, he's also the only one right now that is defeating Trump nationally in this Emerson poll. So Sanders right here, 50-49 to Trump's 49. Trump and Warren are tied at 50. Trump is defeating Biden 51-49. This puts a huge hole into the idea that Joe Biden was trying to sell during the debate, that he's the only one that could defeat Trump. No, clearly his support is dropping, and Trump is surging ahead of him. And Trump also defeats Buttigieg by an even larger margin than he defeats Joe Biden, which also is not surprising. So the two progressive candidates, or I should say the two most progressive candidates, and Bernie having a clear lead here, are better against Trump nationally. And this is a trend that we are continuing to see. Let me now get to voters under 50. So voters under 50 in this poll, not all that surprising. You have Bernie Sanders with the lead there, 37%, Elizabeth Warren 22, Biden 15, and Yang at 7. Buttigieg isn't even there. So that isn't the actual screenshot. But so Buttigieg, who is fourth nationally in polling, isn't even fourth in voters under 50. Yang is actually fourth. So, I mean, I really don't think Buttigieg is going to last well into the primary, as some people maybe suspect he will, simply because, I mean, right now you see him leading in some polls in Iowa, which is crazy to me. But again, even if it's just Iowa, I mean, didn't Ted Cruz win Iowa in 2016 against Donald Trump, and then Donald Trump just kind of, went on from there? So the first state really doesn't mean everything. I mean, obviously it would help. Whoever wins that state it's going to be good for them, obviously. But it's like, if Buttigieg wins it, that doesn't mean all of a sudden he's going to get huge support in South Carolina or huge support anywhere else. So you have right now Buttigieg pouring all of his money into one state in Iowa, which is the reason, the main reason why he's leading there. And he's his bet is that if he wins Iowa, then that will give him momentum into the next states, which I guess is a strategy, but it's not. There's no guarantee there. So Buttigieg, even though he's fourth nationally and first in Iowa, I don't know if he really has the legs to continue past that. And Sanders, of course, most supporters under 50. I think there's also over 50. Here we go. So this also isn't surprising. But look at Biden's lead. Like, this is the scourge right now of cable news. This is what it does. Even though, as I said, cable news right now is kind of supporting Buttigieg, but Joe Biden, he still has a lot of support on cable news from people that show up on there to comment. Biden 44%, Warren 16%, Sanders 13%, Buttigieg 12%, with voters over 50. A lot of that as well is simply name recognition and familiarity. So they know Joe Biden. They had 8 years of Joe Biden, kind of. But this is why the young voters have to come out and vote. If you're young, please, not even just you watching this, because I know you're going to vote. Get your friends and family out to vote. If you have to engage people who are not normally engaged in politics in the process, you have to get them out, make sure they're registered now so that they can vote on primary day. I think there's one more thing I want to share here. So out of the same poll, actually, no, this is a different poll, but this shows you Bernie support. So among Hispanic college students, Sanders is 51% support. That is massive. Among black college students, Sanders 37%. Again, way ahead of everybody else here. And nationally, college students, Sanders at 35, Warren's at 24, and no one else is even close to any of them. So Bernie's got the young support. You just got to go out and vote in the primary, or none of this matters.